Hey, we're back with another review of the Australian Grand Prix. The Australian Grand Prix was held in Australia last week. Definitely was an interesting race. We got a lot to unpack here. So Max Verstappen was on pole, and as we're about to begin, Max loses his pole to George Russell. George Russell takes him on the first turn. The first lap is not even complete, and we already have an issue. Charles Leclerc ends up in the sandbox. His day with Ferrari is over. This is another DNF for Charles. Charles has only finished one race this year in Bahrain. Charles Leclerc's day was over. He was headed back to the pits. Some teams took the opportunity to take a pit stop, and we had a safety car for a few laps, and by lap 5, we were back to green flag racing. 2 laps of green flag racing, and Alex Albon loses control, and he ends up in the sand trap. He narrowly misses Pierre Gasly and Nico Hülkenberg as his car bounces back onto the track in a cloud of dust. This could have been a disaster. If he ran into Pierre Gasly or Nico Hülkenberg, we wouldn't want to talk about that kind of tragedy. So this caused the first red flag of the day. I want you to pay attention as I'm saying first red flag. Oh, the fun and games were just starting for the day, and we'd get back to green flag racing on lap 10. By lap 12, Max Verstappen chases down Lewis Hamilton and passes him for the lead. Just a reminder, please like, subscribe. We'll hit you with racing videos every week of the racing world. Please like and subscribe. After starting off the day well, George Russell's Mercedes catches fire. His power unit goes up in flames in his W14. He's able to pull over to the side of the road and get out of the car safely, but his race day was over. He had such a great start to the day, passing Max Verstappen on the first lap, but this is how racing goes sometimes. We're back to green flag racing on lap 19. At the midway point during the race, top 5 were Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, and Pierre Gasly. Sergio Perez, who started off in the pit lane, was already up to 9th place by midway point during the race. Then there's Max. By lap 38, totally dominating the race. He had a 9-second lead on Lewis Hamilton. It grew to a 10-second lead eventually for the majority of the race until we got to the last final laps. And this is where the drama started. So the reason for the delay in this video, even though the race was finished on Sunday, is we just had to wrap our head around how the end of the race actually transpired. It was such a clusterfuck. I've never seen a race end like this. It was dangerous. It was wrong. We're going to get into it right now. Kevin Magnussen loses his tire with 4 laps remaining, and it causes another red flag. So we're down for another 30 minutes because he loses his tire. There was debris on the track, so they wanted to keep it safe, you know? Here he is how it looks like when his tire contacted the wall. He wasn't that seriously injured, so everybody comes in for a red flag for another 20-30 minutes. Everybody relaxes, get out of their car, talks pitch strategy. Not Ferrari, because you know Ferrari has no pitch strategy. This is now the second red flag of the day. Remember that, the second red flag of the day. So the decision is made. They're going to go for another standing start, okay? With 2 laps remaining. Another standing start. You know what happens on this standing start? A freaking disaster. We don't even get out of the first sector where we have a string of accidents. First, we have Carlos Sainz pushes Alonso, turns him around. We have both Alpines collide. Nick DeVries and Logan Sargent end up in the gravel. It was a freaking calamity.
What just happened?
Also, Carlos Sainz was giving a penalty for pushing Alonso. He was giving a 5-second penalty, so that dropped him right out of the points. Honestly, I don't think Carlos should have got that type of penalty. There was another penalty they could have assessed. So now the FIA and the stewards are discussing during the red flag. FIA and the stewards decide since the cars didn't finish a sector under racing condition, they had to complete the final lap. But the question is why? Or why didn't they do a rolling start instead of a standing start? So I'll show you a rolling start here. This is what a rolling start would look like. They would have been on warmer tires. It would have been a lot more safer way to start the race instead of having another standing start. The FAA, I don't know what they're doing. They must be an agent of something.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Also, if we're gonna start the race and have 2 laps left or 1 lap left, why not let them race? We did a ceremonial safety car, lead them around the track, and the race ended. And you can't say it was for the fans because the fans were already at the race for over 2.5 hours. So they wanted to see an outcome. But that parade ceremonial lap, that was some BS. Honestly, they could have just stopped the race on lap 56. Max had a 10-second lead. Did they not think Max was just gonna not have another lead? Honestly, it was really a clusterfuck. You know how it felt watching the end of this race? This is how it felt.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm gone. I'm finished. No! 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 Oh, for God's sake, no! 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 I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
You know how bad this race was? This race was like having 4 hoarders live in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was just a mess. If I was going to rate this race, I would rate it a 4. Not because of the drivers, not because of the teams, strictly because of the FIA and the bonehead decisions they decided to make. This could have been a very dangerous end of the race. What if one of the drivers got seriously hurt? Yes, I know it's racing, but at the same time, there were literally only 2 laps left. This was nobody got seriously hurt, but they really need to really rethink these rules of the red flag and also doing standing starts. But thankfully, nobody got seriously injured. Congrats to the winner, Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton came second. Fernando Alonso came third. Other notable, Sergio Perez came fifth. And remember, he started from the pit lane. It was a good race for most of the race until the end, those last 4 laps after Kevin Magnussen lost his tire. We're just going to look forward to Baku. Hopefully we don't have this many problems in Baku. We have a more smooth race in Baku. So see you in a few weeks when it comes to Formula 1. There's going to be more Formula 1 videos coming on the channel this week. Also MotoGP. We're going to have IndyCar. They raced in Texas. So we got more videos coming about the racing world this week and coming in the next few weeks. Even though Formula 1 is off, MotoGP is off this week too. There's only NASCAR. We'll be bringing you more racing videos. So please subscribe to the channel and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Red Bet signing off.